Mine alerted.
It did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was live for a second.
No longer.
But it's not now. No channels, no hosts, no games.
Was that you?
That was me. I was jamming.
You see us?
You do?
We're seen.
On Twitch?
We're live? Are we
Why
moving?
isn't it showing on mine?
And grooving?
I am confused. If you can see this, I'm very confused. Yeah,
I guess I need to refresh it.
To my Twitch app. I want to be a part of the party.
I've got no live channels and no live hosts.
I'm using my recording voice. Makes me seem mysterious and debonair.
Yeah, mine says we're offline.
Well, that can't be right.
There we go. Say, hey, I'm getting something. So, and there's a picture.
Hey.
Does anyone have access? Can you log into the LittleBigKast Twitch stream and just put episode 99.5? Do you know? I guess I can.
This cannot be.
Well, maybe I'll just start my browser over again because I don't get anything.
Those are mine.
I've got freaking
You
my
sure
search
can.
dial.
Same, right?
Yes.
Oh, I can't actually because of my. It's pretty cool.
I actually missed my ones that I lost and had to get those because I lost them.
Really?
I miss them so much.
I have like 27 pairs of
I
glasses.
was
Oh, there it
notorious
is. I
for
just had
losing all
to
of
shut
mine
down my
all the
browser and
time.
restart it.
I do too. I break them really easily.
And then, yeah, we're sitting on them. That was another thing I was big on, is sitting on my
Going
stuff.
live. A huge
Oh my
head and a
gosh.
slice of cheese.
This is so funny. Look at my news feed.
That says
right
true.
here.
Yeah.
What does it say?
I've been doing the
It
same thing
was
for so long, and then it gets
Saying,
trendy,
oh,
and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't
there's a
even
new
care.
a new
I don't even
Skylanders
care. I'm
game.
gonna keep
Nobody-
doing it.
Nobody cares anymore.
I've been wearing
I started this.
I've been wearing jeans and t-shirts every day since I was like 12.
Really?
So
That not used to be a thing?
no, everyone was all about button-ups and
Alright, we're live.
multiple polos layered, one popped, one not, all that
Oh.
craziness.
So douchey.
The
And then the front
four
tuck?
popped collars.
Yeah. Or like the big, like giant logos on your shirts that like echo, and they were like scraggly.
Like this one?
No, that were like
No,
it was
that
like
cool.
that was like stitched on like multiple layers of fabric. No,
No, they can't because I've got
Multiple
my,
layers of fabric.
multiple layers. I was doing it too. I was sitting here going like this.
Yeah.
She's
Do I need to be recording audio separately?
Why
You
is
can
this
pull up
happening
Twitch
to us?
later,
There
right?
I am,
like, yeah.
rubbing
You can
rubbing
pull audio from
my
Twitch
boobs.
later, can't you?
I don't know how to do it. Like,
All right, so
Look at us rubbing our nipples.
just feels nice. All right, just leave it alone.
I love the delay.
It's killing me. I don't know if I'll be able to handle it. Reliving the moment's always funnier than actually being in it.
Nostalgia.
It's like watching Anchorman for the first time. Not that funny. Watch it again.
Yeah.
Same with Zoolander.
It's real.
Every time except for Zoolander 2.
Yeah.
And
Didn't-
Anchorman 2. was
Didn't
different.
watch either of them. I was stuck to the originals and said, I will not let you ruin me. It's worth missing if it's good. To keep the love.
Do I need to look up anything? Do we have new releases?
I'll just pull in new releases from here.
Okay.
oh, did it not go on the
About
main
Drew's news.
I think it did. Here, I'm trying to get to the thing
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
like a cow.
Moo.
Alright,
Oh, Cal Robin.
I've got audio separately recording.
Nice.
Moo.
Look at you go, Jeff. Look at you go. What am I wearing?
Princess Kitty.
I don't know what the benefit is to having audio separately recording. Someone explain to the ignorant fool.
I am special.
I mean, Benjo.
Do you got? We probably shouldn't make fun of stuff like that over the internet.
We are politically correct.
Oh, please.
Guys.
We weren't just talking about playing cards against humanity later.
Have you played Destiny?
All day, bro. Don't even bring that into this.
Can I please? Thank you.
It's a loop. We say it, we laugh a little bit. We hear it, we laugh a lot.
All right, I'm just gonna record this through QuickTime because I don't know how to do it. All right.
Works for me.
Oh boy.
All right, we ready?
Always.
Okay.
I keep going.
Um,
Sorry, and I stop as soon as you start to jam.
All right. Do a quick sample recording and play it back to test audio quality.
We aborted episode 100, and we're left with 99.5.
All right, so let's talk for a second. We're testing the audio quality. Hopefully it's not garbage.
Abort, abort, abort.
That's what my mom said, but it was too late.
It's too late. It was a joke
Pass
on
it first
himself.
time. Is
I
it?
was gonna say, and it can't go up very much higher. Do you want to?
Okay.
I don't know how to increase volume. I can shout.
Mine's loud.
I'm gonna get Layla.
This is 99.5. It's not a real episode.
Okay, I've already given her
Yeah, so just talk like right into it.
I'm getting up. I'm getting in it.
See, look, 'cause we want it.
Get up into Drew's dangly bits.
Here's the 7 to 9.
Whose mic am I using? Just a rando? Am I using rando dangly bits? It's not dangly bits. These are... What would you call these if they're not dangling? How would we call them? Mounted? Mounted bits? This
Bits.
is dangly bits, obvious.
Those are dangly bits.
What would this be?
Stationary bits?
Stationary bits? Mounted stationary bits?
Okay, well,
Oh,
let's
I'm
make
really-
it quick.
Stuck on this mounted thing.
That's what she said.
Thank you, Michael. I've been on an office binge lately.
Live streaming and
Never a
recording.
bad choice.
We'll do the best we can and see what happens.
Sounds good.
All right, should we skip our normal,
Yeah,
like, what's up, everybody? Welcome to blah, 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 like, and just...
roll
I
it.
mean, this is episode 99.5.
It's not
ladies and
real.
gentlemen.
We're keeping it
First of all,
casual.
so
It's not real.
My name is Jeff Hawks. Thank you for joining us for an impromptu episode 99.5. The goal, the plan from the beginning was an episode 100 tonight.
We don't want to admit
And-
this could possibly be 100 episodes.
It has been a
not worthy.
catastrophic failure at every
We're
step
not
of
worthy.
And we're
the,
still
of the
here.
approach, right?
I was like 40 minutes late.
But we're here, and we're happy to be with you today. We're happy to talk PlayStation news and kind of what we've been doing. So normally we have Drew and Rachel here. That's not the case today. So to introduce some of our guests, obviously, as always, our own Mr. Glenn Wiggum.
Hi, how you doing?
Thanks for joining us today. He's got the beautiful helmet
This
hat on tonight,
Gifted to me by Scott.
keeping him safe from
right.
something.
Himself.
Myself.
And a friend of the show, longtime listener, Patreon supporter,
First
Second time
caller.
appearance.
second
Oh.
time guest star,
No longer a rookie.
Mr. Ben Heater.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
And as always, my other co-host extraordinaire, Robin Hazlett.
Hi, friends.
Hey, Robin.
So, yeah, first of all, everyone listening, sorry that this is not episode 100. Drew ended up doing a quick New York run, and
He did a
Rachel ended
quickie.
up doing a quick,
Prep for
real life
vacation.
work rush for vacation time. So, we apologize that they're not with us. They wish they were, but unfortunately today that just
They'll be
didn't
here
work
for
out.
100.
It's okay, it was more pizza for us.
Is your guys' Twitch streams frozen just like this one? Or
Nope.
is everyone else good and mine?
I think
just
it's your
is
RAM
garbage?
Yeah, it's
sucks.
just you, bro.
Yeah, we're
My
good.
RAM does not suck. Just because it's not a fancy something book. Anyway, so what have you guys been doing? Every week we kind of break down what we've been doing for the week, what's happening in our lives. So, I'll
So
start or you can start.
I'll
You
start.
start.
Yeah.
Ladies first.
Super quick. I had a birthday,
Yay.
and
Yay.
Scott got me a Sega Game Gear because mine had broken. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have a Sega Game Gear anymore. Oh, this sucks. And then magically one turned up in a nice little shipped box. So I'm now able to play all of my Game Gear games.
So what Game Gear games are you playing?
Right now playing Stargate.
Oh.
So matching up all the little glyphs and things like that. It's pretty
That's
cool.
Play Stargate.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I remember a Stargate game and it was terrible. I think it was on.
I think I only played
GameCube
with
or
the Game
something.
Gear like once ever in my life.
Yeah. But that's the big thing that's been going on for me.
Well, happy birthday.
Cool.
Yay.
First of all.
Happy birthday.
Are you allowed to tell people how old you are?
Oh yeah,
She's
I'm 31. I
45.
don't care.
Yeah, me and you both.
Yay!
Woo!
31's a good age. It's like a ripe,
Yes, it's like
healthy
I'm
age.
sitting next to her. It's pretty ripe.
Yeah.
aha, aha,
What
I
about you, Glenn? What have
showered.
you been doing?
The wine,
You've been
bro.
traveling
I'm traveling and gaming. I went to Paris this week. That was fun.
just for fun.
No, for work. It was
Paris,
So you
work
did
Texas.
thing.
fly there on work.
I did fly there on work.
So I saw in one of our chats that they have these secret compartments that the
Well, they're
crew
not
gets to sleep
secret. They're just not public knowledge.
in, which means that's like
That's
that's
secret.
politician speak for
It's
secret.
It's not classified. You just don't know about it. That's all.
Are they as cool as those pictures make them look?
No, those are
'Cause I-
super glamorous.
Yeah, I imagine
Ours
them being
are-
like these dingy caves that you
This
crawl
is-
into.
This one, if on the back of a 767, you go downstairs where a cargo hold would be,
Okay.
but they have it like, pressurized and stuff. And then you go down there. It's just like a dark dungeon with like 6 bunk beds in
like
there that are
dungeons.
like 2.5 feet wide.
Do you guys call?
And
do
you
guys
get
have,
about-
like, nicknames for it, like the bang hanger.
We
or
just call them the
something?
bunks.
The
No.
bunks, not the bang
No,
hanger.
you can.
Not the dungeon.
I
Man.
recently watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where Dennis takes that country chick down into the to the baggage area, and I was like, pretty sure that's not pressurized down there.
Yeah.
So that'd be an interesting, interesting little adventure.
Yeah, they'd freeze to death or something.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think you can get down there
He's
through an
barely
airplane.
restarted, Sonny.
Anyway, and then played a lot of Destiny, some Iron Banner. I went up from 302 light to 321
Bravo.
in a week.
Crap.
That's impressive.
So, and that was
Iron
mostly
Banner is the
from
best
playing
way.
Iron
Yeah,
Banner.
Iron Banner is the best way to.
I
rank
went up probably 12 points from
Shoot,
playing Iron Banner, and
dang.
the rest was just slugging it out.
At a
So,
boy, like a champion.
Yeah.
I went up by
Now I
3.
feel like I can keep up to. Tell you what, Challenge of Elders so much easier
Yeah,
at 321 than 302. Like
Sure.
I could stay alive now.
that's awesome.
So that's what I
Talk louder. I'll put it closer. I'll put my face.
Gotta
closer
lean
to it.
closer.
Get your
to
face
the
closer to
dangly
Drew's
bits.
dangly bits.
I'll try. I'll try. Ben, what about you, man?
Well, since last time I was on the show, had a baby. So
Hey.
yeah, I got a baby girl hanging out at home.
She's a cutie.
She's a sweetheart. Jeff was kind enough to bring by some food. Jeff, it was awful nice to him and Claire. Other than that, took a month off of work. Worked outside. Thought I was gonna be able to play a lot of video games like I did when my first kid was born.
Nope.
That didn't happen. I was handling the 3-year-old and fixing sprinklers and landscaping and getting crazy
Nice.
out in the backyard.
Very cool.
So other than that, played some Destiny. My worst performance in Iron Banner since I think the first time I ever played.
Did you
Taking
get to
time
level
off.
5?
What was that?
Did you make it to level 5?
No, I got to 4.5.
Oh, that sucks.
So, and then I drove to Idaho and drove back.
Very cool. Right on.
Here I am.
So what have I done? I played Iron Banner as well. I got all 3 characters to level 5.
Nice.
I was disappointed with the level 5 package for all 3 characters.
Wasn't it terrible?
I was like, what the
3
freak
shots.
is the point? Like, it was a total waste of, like, I was disappointed. We'll just leave it at that. I was pretty disappointed. It's been an interesting week. Lots of work. Had a couple stressful real life things going on, but I won't bore everyone with that. Mostly so I picked up Overwatch. I've been okay, everyone knows that I have a problem with Destiny. Like that's like my addiction, my jam, and I do love Destiny. But I am actively seeking
Something better.
something else.
Yeah.
Like I want something really fun that's engaging and that can pull me away from Destiny. The biggest problem and the biggest hold that Destiny has on me is the community that we as
Right.
a LittleBigKast have kind of built around Destiny. Several of our Patreon guys are in our Destiny group, and then friends like from all over the world that hop in and jam with us. And so even when I play a game that's really fun and that is engaging and that I'm enjoying, what I'm finding is I end up like looking and seeing who else is playing, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go play with my friends. Like prior to Destiny, I never had a game that made me allowed me to connect with other people in a game world. and so it's raised some concerns for me. I'm a little concerned about a little nervous for Mass Effect because I want to be able to just jump in and love the game. And what I'm nervous about is that I'm gonna jump in and I'm gonna love the game, and then I'm gonna see that everyone is playing like the new raid, and I'm like, this can wait. This can wait. Even though we raid all the time, like, so I'm a little nervous.
That time.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm hopeful. I don't know. That's a good week. Hey, kiddo.
Hey, where's Scott?
He's
That away.
around the corner, isn't he? Or did he
He's
go that
somewhere. He's walking around somewhere with no pants on.
At a cat.
Right? Did he put
Yeah,
them back?
No
standard.
pants on.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
I don't really keep track of
It's
it.
Scott either way. Outside of
cares?
that, yeah, that's. I don't know that there's anything else. Drew's again, like I said, he's in New York, right?
Yep.
Rachel's
There's,
working.
that's his 15th anniversary. We remembered.
Aww.
Yay.
Aw.
And he surprised Peach with
Everybody
And,
knows
It's
that
gonna
sound
be a good
effect.
trip.
and,
Yes.
No?
and well, I knew about it. I was surprised he didn't tell
Glenn's
you
the
guys
only,
about
Glenn's
it.
the only person that knew that it was happening. So happy anniversary, Drew. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're watching this stream on your anniversary. It would be a shame if you missed episode 99.5. Anyway, that kind of wraps up the weekly-ish. So let's
the
jump into the
Michael laugh.
news.
Sweet.
Is there anyone in chat before we do that?
Nope.
Just us three.
Okay, I can't see anything,
Nope,
so
you're good.
I'm just going to move on.
Nobody cares about us.
Push what up? This guy?
Am I still quiet? Dude, I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Does
I'm
that,
sorry.
if you
I'll hold it like
work on
this.
that a little bit, will it stiffen for you?
Just got to rub it a little bit.
Man, we are going there this time. 99.5.
Drew's dangly
We are
bits.
halfway there.
All
So we keep referring to Drew's dangly bits, and that's because we're borrowing his microphone that dangles, and we called him Drew's dangly bits.
The
There
nickname.
you go, Master Dagon.
All right, we're ready for the news. News number one. Hideo Kojima has officially confirmed that his world tour that he's been on recently was in search of a new engine for his game. Have you guys kind of followed his
yeah.
thing? So do you guys follow him on Twitter?
So much drama.
So he has made a big show of like visiting all these different studios, and he's kind of kept mum about what the purpose of this was.
been
and
speculation.
It's been kind of interesting. Yeah, there's kind of a lot of speculation about it. I didn't know, if he was building out a new team, what it was exactly that he was doing. But he has officially revealed that, let's see. So he says, Kojima has previously said that he and PS4 architect Mark Cerny were searching for the newest technology. As for my first title, because I want to release it to the people who are waiting for it, for that title, we are going to use a third-party engine. That's the reason I'm traveling around the world and looking for such technology to use. So obviously Kojima speaks Japanese, and that felt kind of like a rough translation of the Japanese. But do you guys have any idea? Like, it didn't mention, I don't think, what he decided on. They'll probably hang on to that for a while. But is there an engine that you think would be interesting? Because he built the Fox engine, right? For Konami, for Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I don't know if he's looking for an engine. I'm sure he's going to be looking for a way to make it his own at this point.
Right.
So
It'll be interesting to see, regardless. News number 2. No Man's Sky has officially been delayed. I think we all kind of expected this, right?
I did. I was
Unfortunately.
hoping,
It's such a massive
There's-
game. I don't know how they.
And there's so many questions that need to be answered. I mean, like, to your point earlier
like,
about
how
not
can we
being
not make this boring?
Yeah, exactly. To your point, I mean, no one's going to go. The hard thing, Destiny's appeal is in the community people have created. I don't know it's for us.
Right.
I don't know how in the world a game like No Man's Sky, where they're telling us that we're never going to be able to play with each other
Or see another
or
person.
see another person, it's
It's a dangerous...
that individual solo reclusive gaming. Though there's still a crowd for it, that crowd has shrunk over time. I was that kid.
Me
I was
too.
the guy who was the reclusive gamer playing RPGs and didn't really want to care. I didn't care about the multiplayer stuff until Destiny, when we pulled into the beta and we just went buck wild. And now
Right.
I can't imagine. It's hard for me to play games alone when I can go and play with my friends.
Yeah.
So I don't know how No Man's Sky is going to be able to pull that off on a game that massive when you can't have any kind of cooperative opportunity.
I think that would actually work out for me because I don't play well with others.
Right.
It doesn't work for me. I mean, I don't know if it's the fact of like playing online and being female. That sucks.
And I can understand that. For
Yeah.
Sure.
That would probably suck.
Yeah, it does.
Hopefully not within our
And
group.
not within our group. No. Like regular humans, like that I know
Right.
that won't be
That looks so
asses.
tasty.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that it was interesting because I know that this is going to be, procedurally generated. It's going to be so big and expansive, and I think for me it's a bit much because I will never be able to complete it, and I'm a completionist.
Right.
The thing that got me about this news bit was that people are receiving death threats
Right.
because the game
They're
was
pissed.
delayed. It's like,
Yeah.
how can you do that? I'm going to kill you. It's like,
Relax.
Chill
some
out,
help.
nerds.
You need some
Chill
help.
Chill out, bro.
So my thing, looking at this, what I thought was really interesting was we know that VR launches in October, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this pushed to they're guessing July or August is what Kotaku reported.
It's August 6th now.
What I would be very interested in finding out is they still haven't announced that this is a VR title. I think not having this be a VR title would be a
It would be a
massive
mistake.
Big mistake.
So I think I'm leaning towards this delay being like, hey, we need to put the final touches on
I think
VR so
so.
that we can announce. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what it is. It's been reported that The Last Guardian is planned for a 2016 release, coming from Gamatsu. Gamatsu is reporting that they are expecting this game to launch 2015 or 2016. We still don't have a solid date. Later on today, we're going to be discussing some of our E3 predictions. I think we will be getting a date at E3.
And just throwing this
and
one
if
out
we
there,
don't, I'm going to say it's never coming out.
it's halfway past, like we are halfway through 2016.
Right.
Aren't we disappointed with their?
Oh, yeah. The
Gameplay
showing at
last
E3
year.
last year.
Yeah.
Boring
Terrible.
as
It was
crap.
just like, if
It
you
was
was
him
snoozer.
wandering around, jumping on stuff, right?
Yeah.
That was it.
Yep. I don't know.
you have to do something more engaging for me.
For sure. Much, much more. Like, not even just a little bit more. It's got to be big
Like-
time. Yep. It's got to happen fast. News number, what are we on? 3?
4.
News number 4. PlayStation Plus games for June have officially been announced. For the PlayStation 4, we have NBA 2K16 and Gone Home. For PlayStation 3, we have Echo Chrome, Siren Blood Curse episodes 1 through 12. And then for the Vita, we've got God of War Chains of Olympus and Little Deviants.
Love me
Aww.
some God of War.
You know,
Old school.
I'm a little tempted to download the NBA 2K16. I've never played a basketball game, and I'm kind of just like, maybe
I did that.
Terrible at
I did that with my PS4 bundle.
I'm horrible at sports games.
Although,
I have been since
I miss
Madden.
NBA Jam. That was good stuff.
NBA Jam was fun. The mobile game is actually really good too. Sony has announced, news number 5, Sony has announced that as of May 22nd, 2016, they have sold over 40 million PlayStation 4 consoles. That's significant.
huge.
That's a very huge number. They have a big old quote here from from Andrew House, President and Global CEO of Sony Interactive. He says, "We will strive to deliver even more exciting gaming experiences to our users, further driving the momentum and accelerating the expansion of the PlayStation 4 platform and its business this fiscal year by offering unparalleled lineup of games, bringing our virtual reality system, PlayStation VR, to market, and providing groundbreaking features and network services." What I'm interested in that statement is that they're so it sounds like they're bringing more features to the PlayStation Network, right? PlayStation Network is kind of like the bunghole of the PlayStation universe, right?
Yes.
I mean, to me, it's pretty crap.
Yeah.
It's
I-
where
I'd be up for some.
It's our weak spot.
Yeah, I'd be up for some of
The
that
heel.
stuff.
I just want to change my name. That's
Right?
all.
There's so many people that want to
I
change their
know,
name.
but it's not going to happen.
I'm okay with mine. Mr. Hawks is okay. I'm satisfied with that.
I
pretty
want,
legit.
If it was like,
I want mine to be consistently branded. That's why.
if mine was like Dick Breaker or
Yeah.
Ginger does Daisy.
like now that I know that you
There is a
can like
real
use
one.
3s instead of E's,
Real
like Rachel
game
taught me
tag.
that stuff. You could get pretty creative with
Oh,
your
yeah.
with your usernames. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that I stuck with the vanilla Mr. Hawks.
Mine's just been the same for so long. It'd be weird to.
Gwigum.
No, wigs.
I'm seeing chat for the first time of the show. What's
Yeah,
up, everybody?
Master Dagon's
Dagon,
hanging
good
out.
to see you,
hanging
man.
out.
And finally, we'll wrap it up on some Uncharted news. Uncharted, in its first week, has set some global sales records, it looks like, for the Uncharted series. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End has exceeded 2.7 million units globally.
Units.
Says Uncharted 4 is the fastest selling PS4 party title to date. First party title to date. Most of all, so this is coming from Assad Kilsbosh, senior director of the game. He says, most of all, we want to give a special thank you to all who have joined us so far in this incredible adventure and have embarked with us on Nathan Drink's final wild ride. So that's pretty cool. I think I have not finished Uncharted yet. I'm working towards the finish line.
That's okay. We'll
But,
spoil nothing.
So we all expected to be impressed by a Naughty Dog game, right?
Yeah.
Visually, I would say that my experience so far with Uncharted, I mean, I don't think I've ever played a prettier game.
That's,
you know, if you catch Drake's head in the sunlight correctly, like you'll see
It's just-
cartilage shining through his ears, like the sunlight will illuminate the fleshy parts of his ears.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about seeing, you know, windows in pictures and different things. But what Naughty Dog is best at is telling a story that you care about, and I've just been super pleased with my time so far. Without spoilers, what do you think?
It's so painfully good.
I liked it so much I finished it. Beat the game. I finished it in 2 days because I just binge played it.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 issues, and I haven't had any issues since. But they're at the beginning of the game. That one very first Drake mission, when you're in the prison and you're going up the tower, and you walk out, and it's Naughty Dog. So I immediately start trying to find really cool, pretty details. It's already gorgeous, and I'm trying to find, you know, the classic. I remember when you first realized you could walk close to a wall.
And you touch it.
You'd reach out and touch it, and you'd watch his arm kind of come in and kind of pat himself and kind of move himself. I thinking that was absolutely amazing that they did that detail. And I know I'm going, is it still there? Yep, there it is. And I start looking around. I'm looking at the environment, and I looked down to where the tide comes in and hits the cliffs in that crevice that you have to go over, and it was terrible.
Really?
Oh my goodness, it was so bad. The way that the water comes up onto the cliffs, it looked like something just archaic. It was not. It was like, what in the world is this? How all of water meets cliff is going to be in this game? Because if it is, I'm not going to be able to get past it because now I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. It's like that one. And I'm glad.
It's the one
I
you
was
weren't
relieved.
supposed to
That's
look
the
at.
one you're not supposed to look at because you were too focused on other stuff to go look in this crevice and see where the water, how the tide's coming in and out as the waves. Because the waves coming in look gorgeous, and then they hit the cliff, and I was upset. Second one was walking through a crowd when you're stealing the cross. Felt so clunky to me that I was actually kind of frustrated with it.
Interesting.
I got mad at it the way that you didn't move naturally with the crowd.
Is that when you're trying to pickpocket the game?
Yeah, and it wasn't when I was trying to pickpocket. When I was just kind of walking around for a second, when you had a second to walk around a little bit and through the crowd, I was so mad by how clunky I felt, and I couldn't get him to move smooth at all, as if he was moving through the crowd. It was weird. But then after that, I haven't had a single problem since. It was nitpicky because I expect so much from Naughty Dog. My laptop's not out, but the sticker across the top of my laptop is Naughty Dog. I love them. And I was expecting something, I don't know. I kind of set an unrealistic expectation a little bit. But anyway, those are my only 2 things. But I'm way past that now, and I haven't had a single complaint since. So
very cool. All right, so are we cool skipping new releases this week? Should we just skip new releases and get into a topic?
This Look it up
99.5
yourself.
Anyway.
Who
This is
cares
not full.
about
Look it
new
up
releases?
yourself.
It's not a real episode.
All right, so what I wanted to talk about, and I wish Drew and Rachel had been here to be able to do this. One of my favorite things to talk about and to kind of theorize about as we move towards E3 every year is upcoming. Like, what are our predictions? What do you expect to see at E3 2016? What do we expect maybe not to see at E3 2016? And let's start with that. I reached out to a couple of our Patreon subscribers, just our friends through Facebook, some guys on Twitter, got a couple responses back, but I'm curious what you guys are expecting first. Like, let's break it down. What are you guys expecting to see?
Who's going? You going?
I'll go. I think what we'll see is a lot. I'm hoping for just more general games and less focus on hardware, and that's not going to happen for me. Because I think the big thing that everyone is going crazy over is VR, and I'm totally happy about that. But then we have the speculation about the PlayStation Neo and like these iterative consoles, and I know that they'll probably happen, but I don't want them to. So this isn't my prediction, it's my wishful thinking.
Okay.
I just want to see more original IP. I don't think that
It's
we're
all
going
gonna be sequels.
yeah, that's going to be sequels. It's going to be the tried and true method again.
Expansions and sequels.
I don't know, but I was pleasantly surprised last year when
Right.
Final Fantasy was bopping through.
Yeah. So what's interesting? You said like you expect them to talk console. So Mikey Young, Master Dugong in the chat. So he said, sounds like PlayStation's going to be doing most of the console show. He says, I don't know about the predictions, but I hear Bethesda has something new to show us, probably something Fallout or Elder Scrolls. But PlayStation
Elder
Unchained
Scrolls.
brought up, wouldn't it be cool if it's a new engine and possibly a remake of Elder Scrolls Morrowind or Oblivion? He says that would be exciting to him. I think that would be amazing.
Dude, I'd dig.
I need a new Skyrim.
I'd say please hop back to Morrowind. I don't think you need to go to Oblivion. I loved Morrowind more than Oblivion. Oblivion was
sure.
cool for some graphical stuff and some mechanics things, but when it really came down to the game that I liked more, I loved
Morrowind was a
Morrowind.
fantastic game. If we could have like a totally revamped,
Dude.
updated engine, Morrowind, I'd be crazy stoked.
Blow my
He also
mind.
said he hopes that they show more Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that's a given. They've
Yeah.
got to, right?
Yeah.
Have to.
Horizon
I can't
Zero
wait
Dawn was
for
best
that
of show
game,
last
so-
year
Yeah.
on like a dozen different major sites. So I think Horizon Zero Dawn is a giveaway. He says, I hope they show the one with the shaman that rides the bear.
Hopefully.
I don't know what one that is he's talking about, but it sounds
Shaman?
awesome, whatever it is.
It's like
Shaman riding a bear?
Yeah, I think it sounds
it's
awesome.
like a
What did I miss?
witch doctor.
I know what a
and
witch
it's riding
I
a
know what a
bear.
shaman is.
So what about you, Glenn? What do you got?
I'm more confused about the bear part.
I'm
not the
gonna
shaman.
bridge the gap a little bit. Xbox One is releasing a slim version. It's
Yep.
also a more powerful. You can handle 4K,
So
And it's
that's
gonna
be-
PlayStation
iterative.
Neo, yeah.
and
They
it's,
confirmed
and it's
they're-
gonna be
they confirmed
2
that they're doing it.
terabytes hard drive.
I
I
saw
think they
that today.
confirmed, too,
I was
that
going to
it's
bring that
more-
up. You
it's-
stole my thunder.
Yeah.
The
Thought I was
specs,
gonna be
at least what we
revolutionary.
know as of right now, the specs are supposed to be better than the PlayStation Neo. I also saw a meme
They're
on the
calling it
internet that was like
Scorpion, I
that
think.
the PlayStation system will go for full Matrix with the release of
Scorpio.
Neo and Morpheus.
Scorpio.
I
I'm
thought
also
that was funny.
I'm also excited for new Resident Evil.
That'd be
That
interesting.
Capcom's
Have
supposed
they
to be
announced
coming
that
out
they're
with
doing that?
something. I think so.
I don't know.
Resident Evil 7, I think.
Interesting.
I haven't been that impressed with the Resident Evil stuff. That
Not for
wouldn't
a
get
long
me.
time.
Yeah, that wouldn't get me
But
too
like
excited.
Ramen said, there's no new IP. It's all sequels and downloadable content that's coming
Yeah.
out.
So where could like if we get new IP, where will it come from?
Indies.
Do you want to know my dream new IP? My dream new IP would be a new superhero game from Sucker Punch.
Deadpool.
Ooh.
Sucker Punch is awesome.
Yeah,
and
fixing the
Sucker
old
Oh,
Deadpool.
Sucker Punch the game.
They're no Sucker Punch is the studio that
This-
made
Yeah.
Infamous.
Oh, not Sucker Punch,
They-
the graphic novel.
No, not Sucker Punch graphic novel. So
Sorry.
Sucker Punch, the dev studio out of Seattle, they are a first party studio for PlayStation.
Mhm.
I would freaking love to have a brand new non-infamous superhero story to be told. I would love that. And it's kind of about that time, right? It's been 2.5 years
It's
since
been a bit.
Infamous
Yeah.
Second Son launched. So I think I'm kind of feeling like it's time. What about you, Ben? Where you at? What do you expect? What do you hope for?
I'm honestly, I feel like a bit of a broken record. Obviously, I'm dying for a new IP, and I feel like we can get one. I mean, someone's going to drop a bomb. We're not going to go through E3 with all the traditional expected, hey guys, look, we all know and we've all already announced that we're going to show off our new Xbox. We're going to show off our new PlayStation. Hey, look, VR.
Right.
We already know that's happening. Someone's going to drop a bomb. And I'm hoping that it's going to be an indie studio saying, hey, so you guys have been so excited about No Man's Sky. Well, look what we're going to do. We're going to do something cool too. And we're going to show
That'd
that
be cool.
we're going to show an indie dev can do something like, and we're going to do it. Or,
I mean, No Man's Sky
or
is coming from House Marquee. It's House Marquee, right?
or we have it ready.
Who's doing it?
It's not House.
It's an indie game. It's
Yeah.
an indie
It's
studio.
an indie
though.
studio. And I think that
Hello Games.
like
Hello Games, that's right.
I want No Man's Sky. The reason I want No Man's Sky to do well, not because I really want to play it, but because I want the success for an indie studio.
Right.
I want to see that break through that ceiling, that glass ceiling they have for themselves. I want to see it gone to see these indie titles take a more prevalent role. And I want, with the storm that No Man's Sky caused and all the hype that it's caused, I think that it kind of primed the two a little bit, primed the pipes for another indie studio to come out and say, hey, so they're not the only ones trying to do something cool here.
Very cool.
So that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I think will be the bomb.
Our own Methane Cuddles chimed in.
Oh, buddy.
Says he thinks there will be a new Splinter Cell announced. He says
Splinter Cell
obviously.
movie too, by the way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Tom Hardy.
Thought
Really?
I heard some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Hardy's
like a
doing
thing
it.
for real?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in
I-
for
be
anything
sweet.
Hardy.
He says-
Sam.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Sorry.
So he says obviously a new PS4 announcement. That's the Neo. He does say though that Red Dead Redemption follow up or prequel, fingers crossed,
Dude.
or a new GTA.
Rockstar's saying they're doing something. If they were to do a new Red Dead, I loved Red Dead.
Red Dead was incredible.
Dude.
Red Dead was.
It was a lot of fun.
I played the
was
crap out of
short,
some
though.
Red Dead.
I felt
I
like
thought it
Red
was
Dead
short.
was on the same kind of cinematic scale as a Naughty Dog game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, their soundtrack was incredible. I remember the scene. Did you play it, Robin?
A little bit, yeah.
So there's a scene where you're on your horse riding and you ride up onto a set of railroad tracks as the sun's setting, and
Western.
a Jose Gonzalez song called "Far Away" comes on, and I just remember being like, "Oh my god!" Like it's another one of those moments where it's like, it's just such a powerful, great moment in a game that any game that can do that, I'm in for whatever they put out next. So I'm fingers crossed for a new Red Dead game. For me personally, I want more Mass Effect news. And I think, we talked offline a little bit about one of the hopes that I have for Mass Effect that is definitely an unpopular opinion within the Mass Effect world. I would love, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying I'm smart enough to give the right answer for how this should be done. I want to be able to have the same community of friends that I'm playing Destiny with playing Mass Effect. In some way, figuring out how to make cooperative play possible, even if it's like, hey, once you get into decision-making mode, or maybe it even assigns like you have the fire team leader and he's the one that makes decisions, and if he's playing it, he's the primary account. So you can jump and you could both be playing separate missions at the same time. I don't know what the answer is. I want to be able to enjoy Mass
You wanna
Effect with
build
my
a
buddies.
community with
I want
Mass
my
Effect.
RPG, but I want my friends too.
Yeah, totally. That's the thing about,
Community RPG.
and maybe Destiny
Someone
2 will
do
be
it.
that game. Like maybe Destiny 2 will satisfy my want for good story, because that's where Destiny failed for me. Destiny failed to
yeah.
deliver on the story.
Until Taken King, right?
Taken King made huge strides forward, but I
But
still
it's
think
still not
the
satisfied.
story of Destiny could be so much more than it even was with Taken King. And so maybe Destiny 2 is the answer to that problem. Maybe they've realized like, hey, we need to put more emphasis on story, so when Destiny 2 comes out, it's fixed, whatever. I just want to be able to play Mass Effect with my friends. And a lot of the guys that I play Destiny with will not get it if it's PvP only or horde mode only. And so that'll end up bumming me out. I think we are going to get news of a new Naughty Dog IP. And maybe not a new IP, but I think maybe they'll talk about like The Last of Us 2.
That's what I can get
Personally, I would actually really love just a new IP altogether from Naughty Dog. Like,
Yeah, just a
Naughty
new
Dog
story,
is so
good, something.
like.
Yeah.
There's a part of me. Like, did you guys ever play through The Last of Us a second time?
Yeah. Well, I started to.
I don't think I could play through it a second time. My first playthrough, like that is a game that like actually affected me.
Well,
Like
yeah.
I spent
think
weeks.
People with kids that
Yeah.
I
affected
spent
worse
weeks
than-
after finishing that game, like
Thinking about
I was
it.
like, man, it's been out for a long time. So if you haven't played it and you don't want to hear spoilers, turn it off now.
You're
to you.
dumb.
Like,
Play it.
The part of the game where, I mean, you destroy an entire hospital and whisk Ellie away to keep her alive, right? Like in that moment, your character Joel, he is the worst human being on the planet.
And you love him for it.
Like, but I totally understand the reason for his action. Like he did the worst possible thing a human being could do. Sacrifice. Like, have you guys seen the movie Swordfish, where he's like, would you sacrifice a child to save 1,000 adults? What about 100 children for 10,000 adults?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is the situation you face in The Last of Us. You have the life of a child that we can kill her and potentially save the entire planet. Every human being that lives could potentially be saved because of her death. And we kill all of the doctors and we rescue her and take her away.
I was in Salt
And-
Lake City, by the way.
In Salt Lake
And-
City.
And when I finished that, like, I was really torn up about it because I never play the bad guy in a
It's
game.
Terrible city mapping.
If I play Mass Effect, I play Paragon. I am always the good guy. I just personally, like, I don't like making the bad. I don't like making the bad choices. And so to do that and to come out of that and to look back on that decision and totally understand it and be like, that's the decision I would make in real life as a father, that kind of messed me up for a little while. So I don't know that I necessarily want to jump into a new Last of Us world. Like, I loved my time. Like, I loved the experience of playing the game. I don't know that I would want to go back, though. I don't know, personally. Mr. Hefe chimed in with some predictions. He actually had more than anybody else, and I thought a couple of his actually I hadn't considered that I thought would be really, really cool. So for Sony specifically, I think they'll provide more details about Neo and maybe more concrete info on PSVR titles. I hope they provide more clarity on VR titles for sure.
They announced the price, so they got to have some titles.
Right. So he's also saying, hoping there's a sort of teaser for The Last of Us 2. We talked about that a little bit. This is what I thought was interesting. He said, I would love to see Sony announce a Pro controller to counter the Xbox Elite controller that launched last year. I would buy that. I would buy a $100 controller.
I need a
if it was
new one
better
anyway.
controller.
Both of mine are dying.
Most people are running through that controller now. Would be the perfect time.
Well, and I rock the
sprint
what are those little bumpers
Yeah,
that you use on the
same.
thumbsticks? I use the
Clicks weird.
little click things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got risers on my thumbsticks. I play way better with them than without it. I feel more comfortable when I play. I would love Sony to release their own version of that controller. I think it would be sweet. He says still holding out for more No Man's Sky to be a PSVR compatible, and he expects to see Cyberpunk 2020 details from CD Projekt Red. I would love that too.
I think throwing Project Red throwing out it needs to be a long way off still. Right now, Witcher still has enough traction. They don't need to be throwing that out here in the next year or so. But if they were to throw out some just a teaser,
They need a new IP too.
throw a teaser out there to get everybody excited and make sure that we remember them, and then give us a bit more next year and maybe give us a game the year after. I'd be okay with that. I don't think we need a new Project Red game this year or next year. I think that maybe a 2-year time frame. And I think that honestly, a teaser for Last of Us 2 would make sense because, like you said, a little emotionally raw. They might get more success with that game if that emotion is a little bit less fresh, I guess.
That makes sense.
If you go out a little bit, let time dull the senses and make you forget a little bit of the anxiety you felt playing through that the first time. Because I started it a second time and couldn't do it. I got through like the beginning, that first chapter, Escape from the City, and said, "Yeah, I can't do this."
I mean, here's my thing: is if I play games twice, all the stuff, the suspense and stuff that I'm looking for, like in Last of Us, is gone. So
Right.
there's
Yeah.
there's no
It's a new experience.
There's not a lot of motivation for me,
Especially
to
in
play
a-
through
in a linear
game like
story.
that.
Yeah, it wasn't
Right.
about trying to be better or make a different choice.
Where
or
Mass
something.
Effect, you can choose good or bad through the whole
This is
thing,
true.
and the stories
I've
that
only
you're told are
played
different.
Mass Effect 3, but I really
You should play
enjoyed
2.
it.
2 was awesome.
2 was legit.
Outside of that, I like I mentioned earlier, like I'm hoping that we get something. I hope we hear from Sony Bend. I hope we hear from Sucker Punch. I mean, do you guys have any? Do you have like a dream game that you're hoping to hear about? Like, if you could get like your dream pick, like what game would they announce that you would be just stoked for?
They already did it.
Final Fantasy VII.
They did it.
Yeah.
So
So if they came out and were like, "Hey, by the way, episode 1 is live today,"
I would lose my mind.
that'd be cool.
I would just like fall over
Lose
right.
my
But, okay, I would fall over right after I started downloading it from the store, and then I would fall over.
I
Fall
think
over, start seizing.
I think Horizon Zero Dawn was kind of my dream game.
I think Horizon Zero Dawn sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm really, really hoping that they give us a launch date and that it's
This year?
2016 and that
early
it's
2017
going to
maybe.
happen.
I'd like to
I
see-
want it to happen
I'd like to
this
see
year.
a new Deadpool game. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be
Oh,
cool.
one that
right,
they have
Deadpool
out.
game.
A good one.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that we get more about Dishonored.
Two?
I think I'm the only person that played Dishonored, right? You guys didn't play it.
I never
play.
played it.
You did?
I-
Dude, Dishonored 2. Have you watched some of the gameplay footage of like the different powers that are available now?
No.
Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. Dishonored was amazing. If you haven't played Dishonored, go play freaking Dishonored. It's awesome. Anything else we want to add?
I got my Zen Meteor this week.
We're ending the show now. I've been trying to get that stupid gun forever. Anyway, this has been episode 99.5, ladies and gentlemen, of the Little Big Cast. I apologize for it not being episode 100. It should have been, it could have been, but it wasn't. So, thank you for joining us, regardless of the fact that it was not episode 100. If you would like to support us, you can do so at patreon.com/LittleBigKast. To those who are already supporting us, we love you. We thank you. Thank you, Ben, for being here, for supporting the show. Everybody else that's supporting and throwing a couple bucks our way every month. You guys mean the world to us. Once the studio reopens at Weaver State, we will have new mics and a number of different things that will be because of the donations that you guys have thrown our way. So we appreciate that. If you don't want to donate, you're not required to by any means. We just appreciate the listens and the views and the conversations that you guys have with us. Follow us on Twitter at LittleBigKast, Facebook.com/LittleBigKast. And if you have questions, feel free to email us at, I don't even know where we are now. LittleBigKast, info at LittleBigKast. I don't know. Just tweet at us.
Yeah, you would know that you won't email us.
Wherever it is, just tweet at us. And wrapping it up, my name is Jeff Hawks. Thank you for joining us. You can follow me on Twitter at Jeff Hawks, on the PlayStation Network at MRHOX. That's Mr. Hawks. With us today, a major, huge, monster shout out goes to our own Ben Heater. Thank you for joining us. Where can people follow you and say hello?
Come play games with us on PSN. You'll see me Spartan with a 1 instead of a T. Other than that, you can listen to my geeky ramblings on Twitter, just at BL Heater.
No
So-
relation to John.
John's my cousin.
For real?
Yeah.
Woo.
So he's he's a geek. But
What about you, Glenn? Where can people find and stalk you if they want?
People can find me at Wigs9703 on the games or Gwigum at any of the socials.
And Madam Hazlitt.
I am at Lil352 on the PSNs or Robin Hazlitt on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 99.5 of the Little Big Cast. Thank you for joining us. Also, while we're here, a major, huge thank you and shout out to Alicia, our own Alicia, our
You can
producer.
see part of her.
Should we show you? We're frozen here, but they'll see it.
you'll see it eventually.
There you go, guys. That's Alicia.
We appreciate you joining us for episode 99.5.
Mr.
And we will
Hefe.
be back next week for episode 99.75.
99.75.
Thanks, guys. Adios.
Bye.
Sorry, everyone that is watching. We're not going to record the What's Up, Everybody part because this is a 0.5 episode.
Yeah.
It's not doesn't count.
But
It's a
we
fake.
apologize for not having episode 100 today.
We
We tried.
felt like we
tried
couldn't do
so
it
hard.
without Drew and Rachel here. I mean, they couldn't. Just the mascot. I'm not undecided.
Oh, man. Yeah, Master Dugong. I didn't even think about talking about Battlefield 1. Yes, that game looks awesome. Has there?
Is
I
that the
think-
one with
I
World
think-
War One?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
World War One. It had the White Stripes
Yeah.
song, Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
I love White
I think
Stripes.
that was.
White
I
Stripes
think that was the best
legit.
video game trailer we've gotten this year.
I think so.
Yeah.
Has there been a?
Yeah.
I mean, really, has there been a
That
better video
reminds
game
me,
trailer?
Gears of War when they had what was that song? Play with it.
Oh goodness.
Do you know what I'm talking? It was slow. Oh, Mad Mad World.
Yeah.
When they were playing, I mean that was
That
one of my
was a
favorite ones.
sick trailer. I was
Yeah.
stoked.
Is there a
about
better
that.
trailer this year? I mean,
I haven't
really
seen
though, for
one, no.
Battlefield 1, I was blown away by that trailer. It's so thoroughly like trashed the Call of Duty trailer. Like,
Yeah.
Call of Duty looks like garbage.
I
Yeah.
just
COD's been garbage for a while though, so and it just makes me sad a little bit considering what they did for the genre, but still.
for sure. No, I can appreciate what they did in the past without
Without appreciating
kissing
what
their
they're
butt
doing
today, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've kept Layla up late enough with our super loud ramblings, so we should probably wrap it up. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm a dad. I know that one.
Bye everybody.
Being the nicest way possible.
Hey, adios, everybody. We love you. Thanks for joining us, and
Cheers.
we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
That's still a longer show than I thought it would be.